Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today, we have done it. They have done it. They have finally put my girl, SOUKA, in the game. Unfortunately, she is a protector unit and not a battle unit, so my dream of having a tight ninja suit SOUKA as a battle unit throwing kunai everywhere will have to wait for just a little bit longer. Hopefully, just a little bit longer. We shall see. However, she's a new unit, and alongside SOUKA, we also have the new Shizu. Light Shizu, who is a healer and a attack debuffer. These units on paper look pretty good if you're only looking at their skills. So Shizu at level 10, she heals the ally with the lowest percentage of HP by 45%. So I'm missing 1%, and it's not really a big deal. I don't feel like using all of my rainbow things to get that to level 10 for 1% HP. Not really that big a deal. It starts at 40 though. So while you don't gain much by leveling it up, if you manage to pull her, I mean, that heal is already stronger than trainees, and it is a single target, but it only costs 15 points. I mean, 44% heal for 15 points on your almost dead unit, I would consider that very, very good. I mean, it's probably the cheapest heal in the game. I mean, Slime Rimuru and Water Rimurus do like 20% at level 10, and they cost 25, and it's not great. I mean, yeah, it's an all-team heal, which, is also useful in certain situations, but a 45% heal for 15 points, you can't really get much better than that. I mean, we don't really have a single target healer in the game until now, to speak of. I mean, the next thing up would be Romulus and her godly 60% for the entire team, but that costs like 55 points. And she's also an Octagram unit, so she's kind of locked. Her second skill decreases a single target's attack by 17% at level 7, goes up to 20%. That will come in handy for bosses that love to boost their shit, like Ifrit, like Milim. It will help you survive a little bit longer. If you combine this attack debuff along with the defensive buff, I mean, you can survive many more hits. I mean, EX Space Milim, I still haven't 3-starred that stage yet. It's the last Conquest stage I haven't 3-starred on extreme difficulty. And it's because she does 4 attacks in a row, and if she single targets one person, that person is just dead. Just dead. Bye-bye. Good day. So, debuffing and increasing your defense will definitely, assist you in surviving longer, along with this heal. Would I run her in that stage? Maybe. We will try it out. That's the point of this video, is to take them on not quite a world tour, but at least to give you a very good idea of how useful they can be, and if you should spend your crystals on them. I know they are brand new waifus, and nothing is going to stop the power of your urge to summon, so this is just a suggestion video. But I do have something to say about Shizu, and that is her attack stat is absolute garbage. I don't know why they always shaft Shizu. Like, even the Fire Shizu has a really low attack stat. Light Shizu I thought would be, a little better. She's an AoE unit, so I thought they would make her, her base attack stat a little high. They didn't. They didn't. It's like trainee level. It's really unfortunate. I mean, none of her skills would lead me to believe that she would ever be a damage dealer, but give her some viability, maybe. So that's unfortunate. But it's something that I'm just gonna have to live with. Now, going back over to SOUKA, because I don't know why we clicked off of her without talking about her, but we're going back to that. So, she leads the Light and the Earth team, which is an interesting choice. I mean, that brings, her single target heal along with trainees all team heal could be very powerful, could help you survive a lot. Her protection skill, it is maxed out because I gotta treat my girl right. Increases all allies' guard rate by 80%, so just like the Earth Golem, just like Watermelon, that is perfectly fine. I don't foresee us ever getting a 100% guard character until maybe the meta changes and gets a little more difficult. But this new skill, this brand new part, decreases the skill cost by 20 for Vanguard allies. Cannot go below each skill's initial cost. Now, what that means is that when you use a skill, it increases the next time you have to use it. What her protection skill does is she wipes that away. So if you use a 55-point skill and suddenly, the next time you want to use the ult buff or attack buff and it's instead of 55 it's now 75, you pop this and it's back down to 55 points. Now what I have to test is that if you try and use that skill again, is it suddenly going to jump from 55 to 95 points? Or does it just reset its chain and go back up to 75, and then you can use this again and perpetually keep it at a 55 point cost? I don't know that, but we're going to find out today, because if it does just reset it, that is incredible. And if it doesn't, then it kind of works how I figured it would. Either way, it's a very good skill. It's the first of its kind, so they're bringing new things to these units. I'm all for it. She does have a third part, increases the Soul of Secret skill gauge increase by 20% for 3 turns. So, cool. Your oranges are going to give you a little bit more gauge. I like it. Okay, and then her trait, when 3 Vanguard have 50% or more HP, increases all allies' crit resistance by 10% at the start of the turn. Could be very useful against enemies who like to crit, like Ifrit. Maybe, would you use SOUKA against Ifrit? Again, something to test out. But that's enough for that. Let us go into our first battle. I think we're just going to go into a Predator battle just to test out this part of the skill right here for SOUKA, to see if it does reset the skill cost every time or just reduce it that one turn. So we'll be right back. Okay. I realized after I stated that I don't have any Predator battles to do today, because resets in another 4.5 hours, and I already did my 2 for the day. So, but I want to get this video done as soon as possible, that way I can put it up, when people wake up in my time zone, or people who are awake now, so they can get some information. So we're gonna go into just a Predator battle, or not a Predator battle, a Conquest, like an extreme, like a expert Conquest. That way, we're not really in danger of dying. We're not really going to kill him that fast. But I am wanting to bring a unit that has a 55-point skill and not light millum. So let's bring... Where is Fire? Okay, there's Fire Millum. Do you have gear on? You kind of have gear on. Okay. Let's just give you that. Alright. That will do. Okay, so the point of this stage is to test how Miran's... SOUKA. How SOUKA's point reduction really truly works. So... And it only works on the Vanguard skills. I know I pointed that out earlier. That is a great hand, actually. Wow. Wait. I think Miran changes those, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait. Green to orange. No, I always get her skills mixed up. I always think she's changing orange to green. It's the opposite way. So, okay, whatever. I'll bring you up front then. Okay. So, let's just burn some of these. I think it debuffs greens next, so... Or maybe it debuffs oranges. I might have just messed up there. Oh well. Oh, we got poison. Okay, it does debuff oranges. So I'm gonna do this just so we can get her gauge up. Nope, stop that. Alright, there we go. So we're at 50 points. We still need 5 more before we can actually use Millam's crit buff. I guess, yeah, we'll just burn these. Okay, so we have 57 points now. So next turn, I'm gonna pop the crit buff. So 55 points right there. Okay. Now we go back and we see that it is 75 point cost now. Now we're gonna use SOUKA. God, that's adorable. That is just adorable. Okay, so now we have the guard. We've boosted the orange, even though it's not really boosted because it's already been debuffed. And now we go back, and it is back to 55 points. So the next goal is to get back up to 55 points so we can use the crit buff again. And then use it and see if it goes up to 75 points or if it goes up to 95 points. So let us make a quick cut and we will go find out. Okay, we are back. Millam took a lot of damage on that ult. I mean, unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we are back up to 55 points. We're gonna pop Millam's skill again. So, let's see where this new point total ends up after activation. Is it 75? Okay, it is 75. So, this does not jump up because, we've used it twice now, and so it should be, 2 steps higher in cost. It completely resets the point cost back down to default. And so essentially, how this is going to work is you could use this as many times as you want. And then pop SOUKA, and it's going to go back down to 55, because you can only use it once a turn. It's not like you can pop it 10 times in a row. So you pop it once, it goes up to 75, you pop SOUKA, it goes down to 55. Next turn, you pop it again for 55, and then pop SOUKA, and it's back down to 55, so it will perpetually live at 55 if you keep using the SOUKA skill. Now, if you were to use this, and then get enough points and to use it again, and then, it would live at 95 points, and then you use SOUKA, then it would drop down to 75. So, if you use this multiple times before using SOUKA, then, your point total will go up, and because it only goes down by 20 points when you use SOUKA. So, if you keep using it at the 75 point cost and then dropping it down, it'll go back to 55. So that's actually very good to know. I was kind of worried that it would jump up, 2 slots into the 95 point range instead, but it's great that it doesn't. So that is very good to know. Let's move on to our next test. Okay, we are back. We're gonna go into Crucible stage 69, I think? Yeah, 69, nice. Against the Beretta fight. I don't want to go against Diablo. I tried that during the stream and totally forgot that he is... After turn 12, he just nukes the crap out of you, so I don't think Beretta does that. So we're just going to go into this fight and we're just going to test how this team does as a whole, as the light team. I also have in the back, I've got Fire Millam for the crit, and then I've got Trainee because she falls under the leader skill, and she's got the team heal alongside Shizu's single target heal. So if someone really gets down low, we can heal them up with Shizu. If the entire team goes down, then we can just pop in Trainee and heal there. I just want to see how well this team works, how it synergizes together. So right off the bat, we could change these 2 oranges into blues. And we could start off with a pretty good hand. Let's test out Shizu's damage versus... is she weak against magic or physical? Physical. So she's going to do a little bit more damage than Shuna, most likely. So 24, 26, 31. Shuna does have an extra 4 levels on her. And 6-star attack. gear because I made the 6-star book again for the Orc Disaster EX stage. So it's probably why she's hitting it just a little bit harder. Being a higher level, having a higher weapon rank. Let's try again. So 26, yeah, 24, and then the guard 21. So definitely Shizu is not here to DPS people down like Gazel is, but you know, you have the 2 single target light units here. She's an AoE healer. I mean, Trainee is single target as well, technically. And this, I believe this is single target, right? It is single target. So whoever she hits, we can definitely heal back up. But we have SOUKA here, so we could actually... Yeah, okay. We could lower Beretta's attack here. And then how many Gazel? We just have 2 Gazel cards. Alright, so I don't want to use that yet. We're going to pop the guard. You know, okay, so we've nerfed Beretta's damage. We have put our 80% guard up. We're going to send all these Shuna cards. Well, that's pretty good damage right there, along with that crit in the very beginning. So how much is this going to do? Okay, she likes... Oh, 1 damage right there on the guard. Sweet. I'd like to see that. How much does this do? 1 damage. I mean, I don't know how much Beretta does normally without the guard and the attack debuff. Maybe, hopefully we see that next time, but 1 damage on an ult. Pretty good. Pretty good right there. We have a whole hand. Oh. Wait, is that icon new? Hold on. What is... Increases your secret skill gauge increased by 20%. Turns remaining 2. Hold on. I don't have a... Who would do that? Oh, I guess Mirren would. I feel like this colored icon down here is new, with the little circle on it. Like, I know that it's obviously buffing your secret skill gauge by 20%. Like, it's attached to the orange skill. Does this... I wonder if it works like the Veldora ult, where if it comes from a protector, it will stack on top of a skill used by a battle unit. That'll be the next test. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Coming across very interesting things here. We're all learning. Excellent. The more we know, the better. So we're going to ult Shuna for 11,500. She has a lot of health. 24, 24. You always guard Gazel. 48. I mean, that's... Okay. Okay. So the guard is still up. The oranges are still buffed. I'm really waiting for like a whole hand of Gazel cards. So let's just burn these 2. We'll get some max points. We've got the SOUKA gauge again. So guard for 77 damage there. 106. Okay, so okay, excellent. So the guard is gone. So now someone's going to take an ult here. We're not going to debuff her. We're not going to guard. Because I want to see how much damage someone's actually going to take versus the 1 damage we took on her ult earlier. And I think we'll just burn these and wait for more Gazel cards. Very interested to see... Okay, her dark attack went up now, so it is going to hurt more. 7,500. Okay. That's a lot of damage right there that we just took. Might as well heal all that back. 6,400, and we're right back to where we were. And now we're going to guard. Actually, hold on. No, we're going to use these first. And we're going to debuff her attack. Because we have the points for it. Because they're so cheap. And now, 35, 35, 35, 35. We're going to pop SOUKA. We're going to boost the oranges. And we're back down to 15, 15, 15, 15. This is going to save you so many points. Like, yeah, you're not going to, increase your point cap by, 32 or you're not gonna, boost your ult, but in some fights, you're not going for ults, you're going for survival, and the more points that you have to, boost your defense, to boost your pierce resistance, to heal, having those skills, like, eventually, creep up into 40, 50, 60 plus ranges gets real expensive, and then your options are really limited. But this, keeping everything so low, I really like this skill, guys. Like, I really like this skill. And we've already boosted everything with Gazzle, so we're just going to send all these, and it's going to hurt. We've got guard up, we've debuffed her attack now, she's not going to do anything to us anymore. 1027? Fine. We'll see if she boosts her attack again. But, hey, you know what? We've got enough points to nuke her again. We could lower her attack. I don't want to lower her attack, because I want to see how much damage we take. And then we'll send all those cards. And Gazzle does 17-9, 24, 24, and 26. Does she boost her attack first? She does. Okay. Okay. Guard 839. So we had guard the first time and the attack debuff. We didn't have guard the second time. Now we do, and it does 6,900. So what did we take? Like almost 8,000 the first time. I will accept that. I will accept that damage reduction. Also, I don't think we guarded that, so... Okay, we get to see Shizu's AoE ult. It's not going to do all that much in, all intents and purposes. But you know what? We have this cheap heal. Let's get Gazzle back up and literally just negate that entire super attack right there. Just for funsies. And we're going to do that. And next turn we have SOUKA again. So we can guard up even more. And reduce the cost of that heal back down. Unless Beretta dies. She's not going to die. She's got too much health. Okay, and boosting that up again. But you know what? We're going to do that. And we're going to do that. And then I don't care what you do. You might not even live. We could have used Gazzle's skills again, because they were still 15 points. Let's see how much damage this does. Yeah, increase your dark attack. Okay. Okay, 689 right there. We've got the guard, we've got the attack lower on 5,500. Acceptable. Very acceptable. You know why? Because boom. Another 15 point, 45% heal. 44% heal. Oh look. Let's use some more buffs. For 15 points each. Oh look. Beretta's dead. I really like this team, guys. Shizu does not hit hard. SOUKA on paper looks, just okay, but using them in game, I am a fan. Crit weak point, 2,600. This makes things quite interesting. Okay, let's move on. Let's test that double buff on that orange card. See if that stacks. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back in the same fight against Beretta, but this time we're not here to beat it. We are just here to test one thing and one thing only before we move on to probably the final part of this video. We're here to find out if the boost on the orange skills from SOUKA stacks alongside someone who buffs orange skills from their normal skill. And we brought Beretta. Beretta on Beretta action right here. So let us try and get our SOUKA gauge up. And then we will see. Because if it does stack like that, that is quite good that it separates that out. Alright, okay, that's almost a Beretta, or almost a SOUKA gauge. Is that whole hand of green? It is a whole hand of green. Okay, well. Okay. We don't have any orange cards to buff, so I'm just gonna... How long is this good for? It is good for 3 turns. So I'm gonna pop this, actually. Wait, what is this debuff? pierce rate by 20%. So we took 1 damage with the attack down. I don't think she buffed her attack, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this right on the chin. See how much damage she does. Because we saw on the last part that with the guard and the attack down, she did 1 damage. Okay, so she does not buff her attack up before this ult. So how much would she have done normally? Oh, 383. Never mind. That wasn't that impressive then. Okay. So we have 1 orange card, and that's the entire point. So let's bring in Beretta. We don't have any blues to change, but she's still going to buff it. So let's pop SOUKA. Okay. So we now have the orange down here, and now let's pop the orb change, because it increases all Solo Secrets gauges increased by 7%. And... oh. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, this one is specific for only the secret skill gauge. So, you know, oranges do mainly boost your ultimate gauge, and they do bring, you know, a very minor increase, you know, 5 points in the little bit over here. But it looks like, since that is specific to the orange, and this increases your gauge increase by 7%, I believe that since it does not specify, this is just everything. So, technically, we are getting an extra 7% in the green and the blue gauge from this part. And then we're getting 27% on the actual ultimate gauge itself. So Shizu jumps up, you know, an extra 27% on that one skill here. That is how I'm reading it. If I am incorrect in that, please let me know in the comments if I am misreading this, because I am generally unsure, but I believe that's how it reads. So I mean, I will always take, you know, stackable buffs. I'm definitely not against it. This is very good to know. This is very good information to know. So with that, I don't really care about the rest of this fight, so we're going to move on to the Orc of Disaster Conquest fight, and we're going to see how well this team does before we end this video. Okay, for the last test, we're going to attempt to clear the EX Orc of Disaster Conquest stage. We're going to run this team. We've got Beretta for the orb changing, we've got Windmillum for the alt boost, Shizu for the heal, and then the mainstay is Gazel and Shuna for the main DPS. On stream, when I tested this, I did it against the master difficulty, and it was a breeze. It was a breeze to clear that. This team did not struggle at all. So I figured, let's try the harder version, and we'll see how this goes. I'm not guaranteeing a win here, especially if we don't get very good RNG. Well, I mean, that's not terrible. We could pop this, and then we can swap out Gazel for Beretta, and we can swap out Shuna for Millum, and then we've got a nice, you know, 5-card opening hand. Let's do you, because you're going to do more damage against magic, or with magic. 15, 23, 25, 4,100 points right there. Okay, now the oranges are nerfed. Okay, we've got a stun coming. We can change oranges to blues, and then that will give us a Soca gauge as well. You know what? We're gonna do that. I'm gonna take the stun. Okay, that actually, yeah, that changed exactly what I wanted it to. Awesome. Oh, I should have done it the other way. That was my fault. Okay, Pierce resistance down, Pierce rate. Oh, we missed the stun on Gazel. Awesome. Actually, that works out pretty well. How long are these debuff for? One more turn? So, what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to swap in Beretta for Gazel. Yes. That's what we shall do. And now her skill cost is back up to 35. I'm going to pop SOUKA here. And we're going to drop that back down to 25. And then I'm going to use this one green skill, because we can see that we have a blue coming. And so then next turn, I can use Beretta's Orb Change again and have a full 6-hand of unnerfed orange cards. I think that works out pretty well. And we've got the guard up. So Beretta didn't take barely anything. Alright, so now we're no. Ooh. We're gonna change these. And then we're gonna change you back in. Yes, we lost the guard. It's not really that big of a deal. And and now we have triple ult. Almost double ults. Because we're getting, 2 separate gauge increases for everything. I mean... huh. We're on to turn 5. Okay. So, and we've guarded all that except for Gazel. How much health does he have left? 61,000. So, if I were to stun dodge here... could I somehow get enough points to use the Windmillum buff and Gazel's buff next turn? We would need 95 points. That's a big ask right there. Maybe we could do one of Gazel's buffs and the alt buff. So that'd be 50, 60, 70 points. That's much more realistic. Okay. So let's bring in you. And we'll bring in you. Actually, that's not realistic because I have to use the stun dodge here. Okay, we're gonna try it out anyway. And do. So we don't have enough. So hopefully these 3 alts can take him down. I don't really have high hopes for it. Especially without the super buff. But we will certainly try. So we'll bring you in. And Millum has a lot of cards, so we'll bring you in. Okay. We will use SOCA. Probably should have popped Gazel's buffs first and then used SOCA. That was a misplay on my part. Oh well. We're gonna do that. I mean, why not? Wait, do we lower his attack? I mean, he's gonna, like, smack us with his super buff next turn. And I highly doubt that our guard is going to protect us there. But let's try. We've got the guard, whatever. Let's send this out. Let's do that, and then you. See if we can kill him here. I don't have high hopes, but it'll be an interesting test. 7,800, actually, depending on how much Shizu does. No, that wasn't very much. That was actually pretty pathetic. 11, okay, yeah, we're not gonna kill him. 11,000, 14,600. Alright. We have another Gazel alt. Okay, well there's the heal. So that's why. Okay. Huh. I want to take this ult, actually. I want to see how much damage it does. Ooh, actually, come on, look at this whole entire hand of Shuna right here. We're not going to kill him, obviously. 10,500 without his buffs. I mean, Shuna's doing really good damage. Alright, this will hurt a lot. Okay, guard pierce, 17,000 damage. And then the ult, and 54,000. Was that 17 or was that 74? I don't recall seeing. Okay, so EX Orc, I'm sure had I played that a little differently, maybe. Maybe instead of trying to, maybe we should have tried to kill him on that 5th turn instead of trying to stun dodge. We'll be back. Okay, well, I wanted to go back into the EX Orc disaster, but I didn't really feel like sitting. I tried a few times, and I didn't really feel like sitting here trying to re-roll the opening hand over and over again. So we're going to call it that. The last section, maybe things would have gone differently had I not wasted a turn and maybe just alt boosted and not used Gazel's boosts. Maybe that would have changed the outcome. Who knows? But for, as an overall first usage, I like this team. I mean, Gazel is obviously a very hard hitter. Shuna is, she doesn't buff herself like Gazel does, but she's a single target magic. So you've got, the 2 physical and magic single target damages right there. So you can take on anyone. And Shizu brings, the healing and the debuffing, which, as we saw during the Beretta fight, was pretty useful. And then SOUKA, I mean, I like that. I like that protector skill a lot. Like, yeah, sure, you're not going to be able to pull off, sweet double and triple buffs like you would from a Veldora or a Charybdis protector, but that's not really what the light team in this specific build is all about. This is all about, keeping your skill points low and surviving and, spamming skills all over the place because they're all at their basic cost if you play your cards right. I am very interested to see what the next unit will be and how that affects this team build as a whole. But for now, as a cautionary tale, I would say I do like them. Do I recommend summoning for them? Not particularly, and definitely not as hard as I tried to go. They do have very interesting skill sets, and she is a very good healer, and SOUKA is a very good protector. If you have Ramos, or you have Charybdis, or you have Veldora, you have Gazel, and you have Shuna already, these units are not going to, make or break the game right now. Maybe once, Jubilee comes out, once the harder stages of the Valentine's Day quest come, maybe that will change. But that will also bring a new unit who may or may not be, another game-changing character or someone who has a brand new skill that might overshadow these two. So for now, I would say, unless you're like a diehard SOCA fan like I am, maybe hold off. Save your crystals. The banners are up for a month. They're not going anywhere. Jubilee literally just ended for the fire meta, so we're not going to get the light Jubilee for like 3 weeks. You've got plenty of time to see these units in action, to make a judgment call, see what other banners will come in the next couple weeks. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this was informational for you to, determine whether or not you want to spend. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of these 2 units. Are you impressed by them? Are you not? Are they skippable? Did you summon for them because it's literally Soca and Shizu? I want to know. So, go ahead and put it down in the comments. But for now, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later.